Greetings to all my beautiful friends. Today I come to you with a rather longer video, and I would deeply appreciate it if you would watch it to the very end. This video was banned on TikTok, but it will remain up on YouTube. This is a video to all the professional athletes out there that choose not to rise for our national anthem. This is also to those watching who do not stand. Let me put it this way. I am going to play a video made by a UK couple reacting to the story behind our song. Please show them some love as they did an amazing job. Let's put it this way. If you're not wiping your eyes by the end of the video, you're not a true patriot. As always, I am trying to build this channel, so if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Like the video, share the video, and unlike many creators, I read every single comment and respond to everyone. I know that's asking a lot, but it helps me a lot.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is the Star Spangled Banner as you've never heard it. Now, I have done this reaction before, and I know we're going to get a lot of comments about potentially the accuracy of this, but I have done another video of this, and pretty much this is there or thereabouts, but a little bit exaggerated. But from what I've been literally told and from when I've done this reaction, it basically shows why the Americans are so patriotic and why they love the flag and stuff like that, and then why they don't like let it touch the ground and stuff like that. This is what this kind of video goes into. It's an absolutely awesome video, and to be fair, you know, I'm not American and you're not, but it makes me feel patriotic for America. Last time I watched this, at least, it's one of them. It's a fantastic story. You guys wanted to see Millie react to it, so we're going to get straight into it. Smash that like button if you want to see more content like this. Let us know in the comments what other videos you want, even if I've reacted to it, because you're enjoying me so far, aren't you? Yeah. So yeah, let us know in the comments, guys, and let's get straight into it. The Star Spangled Banner, as you never heard it before. Before I get into it, you know what the Star Spangled Banner is? That is the name of the song of the national anthem. Oh, right. Okay. So it's like, as you've never heard it before, so it's telling the story of it. Okay. Alright, let's go.
There was a lawyer once. His name was Francis Scott Key. He penned a song that I'm sure you're aware of. You've seen it. It's in most hymnals throughout our churches. It's called the national anthem. It is our song as an American. We go, however, to a ball game. We sit in our church services and we sing the words of that song, and they float over our minds and our lips, and we don't even realize what we're singing. Most of us have memorized it as a child, but we've never really thought about what it means. Let me tell you a story. Francis Scott Key was a lawyer in Baltimore. The colonies were engaged in vicious conflict with the other places. We saw it. This conflict and the protractedness of it, they had accumulated prisoners on both sides. The American colonies had prisoners and the British had prisoners. And the American government initiated a move. They went to the British and they said, let us negotiate for the release of these prisoners. They said, we want to send a man out to discuss this with you. They were holding the American prisoners in boats about 1,000 yards offshore. And they said, we want to send a man by the name of Francis Scott Key. He will come out and negotiate to see if we can make a mutual exchange. On the appointed day, in a rowboat, he went out to this boat and he negotiated with the British officials. And they reached a conclusion that men could be exchanged on a one-for-one basis. Francis Scott Key, jubilant with the fact that he'd been successful, went down below in the boats, and what he found was a cargo hold full of humanity, men. Wow. And he said, man, I've got news for you tonight. You're free.
Like, just imagine being in them conditions on a boat as well.
It's just, you just can't imagine it, can you?
No, probably no windows. Probably no windows at all, just dark down there, man.
All squished together as well.
It's not good at all.
He said, tonight I have negotiated successfully your return to the colonies. He said, you'll be taken out of this boat, out of this filth, out of your chains. As he went back up on board to arrange for their passage to the shore, the admiral came and he said, we have a slight problem. He said, we will still honor our commitment to release these men, but it'll be merely academic after tonight. It won't matter. And Francis Scott Key said, what do you mean? He said, well, Mr. Key, he said, tonight we have laid an ultimatum upon the colonies. Your people will either capitulate and lay down the colors of that flag that you think so much of, or you see that fort right over there, Fort Henry? He said, we're going to remove it from the face of the earth. He said, how are you going to do that? He said, if you will, scan the horizon of the sea. And as he looked, he could see hundreds of little dots. And he said, that's the entire British war fleet. He said, all of the gunpowder, all of the armament is being called upon to demolish that fort. It will be here within striking distance in a matter of about 2.5 hours. He said, the war's over. These men would be free anyway. He said, you can't show that fort.
Wow, that's amazing.
He said, that's a large fort. He said, it's full of women and children.
Yeah, it's quite a beautiful fort, but the fact that the greed from the British is just going to absolutely destroy it.
I know, yeah.
Because this is based in 1812, I believe. I didn't know it was when I actually reacted to it originally. I thought it was part of the revolution. But it is actually in 1812 after the revolution. So it's kind of like the British just greed, wanting to go back in, punish the Americans and take them back pretty much. And it's awful. I mean, yeah, like you said, it's absolutely stunning, isn't it? But absolutely awful the fact they wanted to bomb them.
He says, it's predominantly not a military fort. He said, don't worry about it. They said, we've left them a way out. He said, what's that? He said, do you see that flag way up on the rampart? He said, we have told them that if they will lower that flag, the shelling will stop immediately. And we'll know that they've surrendered, and you'll now be under British rule. Francis Scott Key went down below and told the men what was about to happen. And he said, how many ships? He said, hundreds. The ships got closer. Francis Scott Key went back up on top and he said, men, I'll shout down to you what's going on as we watch. As twilight began to fall, and as the haze hung over the ocean as it does at sunset, suddenly the British war fleet unleashed. He says the sound was deafening. There were so many guns that there were no reliefs. He said it was absolutely impossible to talk or hear. He said suddenly the sky, although dark, was suddenly lit. And he says from down below, all he could hear the men, the prisoners, saying was, tell us where the flag is. What have they done with the...
I mean, imagine being like them prisoners in that thing, not being able to do anything. You know,
I can't imagine. Can go through.
It is awful, and also again, it is a little bit dramatised in terms of, from what I've been told anyway, that there wasn't 100, there was a lot less than 100 and stuff like that. But still, the main
idea is still
the main principles of that is absolutely mental.
Flag. Is the flag still flying over the rampart? Tell us. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours into the shelling. Every time the bomb would explode and it would be close to the flag, they could see the flag in the illuminated red glare of that bomb. And Francis Scott Key would report down to the men below, it's still up. It's now down. The Admiral came and he said, your people are insane. He said, what's the matter with them? He said, don't they understand this is an impossible situation? Francis Scott Key said he remembered what George Washington had said. He said the thing that sets the American Christian apart from all other people in the world is he will die on his feet before he'll live on his knees.
Yes, sounds like American people, isn't it?
The Admiral said, we have now instructed all of the guns to focus on the rampart to take that flag down. He said, we don't understand something. Our reconnaissance tells us that that flag has been hit directly again and again and again, and yet it's still flying. We don't understand that. But he said, now we're about to bring every gun for the next 3 hours to bear on that point. Francis Scott Key said the barrage was unmerciful. All that he could hear was the men down below praying. God, keep that flag flying.
Absolutely awful, isn't it?
Where we last saw it.
Just because the British are so greedy as well, right?
Sunrise came. He said there was a heavy mist hanging over the land, but the rampart was tall enough. There stood the flag, completely nondescript in shreds. The flagpole itself was at a crazy angle, but the flag was still at the top. Francis Scott Key went aboard and immediately went into Fort Henry to see what had happened. And what he found had happened was that flagpole and that flag had suffered repetitious direct hits. And when it had fallen, but men, fathers, who knew what it meant for that flag to be on the ground. Although knowing that all of the British guns were trained on it, walked over and held it up humanly. That's exactly what happened until they died.
Something is right, isn't it?
Yeah, it gets me, this video.
Their bodies were removed and others took their place. Francis Scott Key said what held that flagpole in place at that unusual angle were patriots' bodies. He penned the song, "Oh, say can you see."
I think this is getting into the actual Star Spangled Banner. I will point out that the words on the screen on this specific video are incorrect at some points. So just listen to the song, and yeah, we're not going to pause for that, but it's just out of respect. And again, just the story leading up to it probably gets you just going into it.
Early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, or the rocket's red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet fly and wave for the land of the free and all of the brave? The debt was demanded. The price, it was paid. Oh, say, so proudly waiting at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. We were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the clouds bursting in,
again, literally the home of freedom, the land of the brave, isn't it?
They do say that Americans are proudest of their flag and their country.
Yeah, definitely.
No one's prouder of their flag than America.
Yeah, so pages like you go to America, you see all the flags everywhere. Like when we've done geoguess before, you just see everywhere, and you can see why. And again, what hit me when I first did this video was how the words actually correlate to that story.
Never really understood the words before.
Or like homed in on something like that.
Yeah, and now it's like, I'm not American, but I feel proud.
Yeah, no, definitely. Mental. If you guys want us to check out more videos,
again, I would like to thank the beautiful couple for such a beautiful video, and to all of you in the UK, we of America love you, and I mean what I say. We would storm the gates of hell for your people. I want you to really soak that in if you're watching from the UK. So, did you shed a tear? Well, I got one more clip to show you. And this is dedicated to the sleeper cells that may already be inside our country. In fact, I know they are, or to any nation wanting to invade our land. We of America have what is called the Second Amendment. So not only would you face our military might, but you would face the 80% of Americans that bear arms. We are ready. Well, that is all, my beautiful friends. Rise for our flag. Honor those men who died holding the flag so that it would not fall. It is because of them that you're able to watch this video. I love you all. This is Leonard signing off.